Back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing another mod on my Adventure Force Villainator. So this is the first kind of actual mod that I'm going to do to it. I've done a few things. I've painted, I've fixed the air seal, I've made it short dart capable. I've done a few things to my Villainator. Now, if you want to see those videos, there are multiple. There are, I think, 3 or 4 videos I've done on basically modifying this blaster itself. So today, I'm going to be taking it apart once again, and we're going to see if we can do a spring swap, or if we can double spring it. Now, on my recent mod guides, if you want to even say that, once again, I'm just going to refer to them as mod guides at this point. I had no idea how the spring swapping would work. But now, since I'm a little bit more educated on the system, I feel pretty confident that I can be able to do a spring swap on my Villainator. So that's what I'm going to do today, and I'm currently disassembling it, taking off the foregrip, all that good stuff. It's all coming off, and I'll catch up to you in just a second. So my recent mod guide videos, I've done a few things with this O-ring and the seal system with its plunger tube. And we're getting in 100% seal. There is absolutely no leak from this plunger tube system. It is one of the tightest plunger tube fits I've had, which can be a good thing and can be a bad thing. It's not pushing a lot of power. It's not really worth the air seal mod, I suppose. But just to take it up to the next level and make this a whole lot more silky smooth and buttery, we're going to replace the O-ring with a brand new O-ring. So this is the old O-ring from the Villainator, and this is the new one. This new one will be tighter, and it will be a whole lot more jello-y. Indeed. There's definitely a texture change here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where, but there's some sort of texture change. I'm not sure if this is whatever, but we're going to just simply be replacing this O-ring out. And now we have a clear O-ring. Slips right on there. That is an amazing seal. Honestly, I'm loving it. Yeah, there's nothing to say. I'm just swapping a literal O-ring. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the spring swap. So, on your Villainator, hold up, actually. Let me do some stuff with this O-ring, and then I'll come back. Okay, so this new O-ring is definitely improving seal, and the amounts of, I guess, friction it has against the end of the plunger tube here, which is much less. Anyways, holy crap. Okay, so this is our stock spring. It is a silver coil. It feels pretty weak, dare I say. To remove this spring, it's actually super simple now that I have the knowledge. Some of you may think I'm dumb for this. Dumb in a way. Simply, once you remove it, there will just be this easy peasy little, whatever the heck this chrome, kind of piece is. That's... Sorry for the interruption. Anyways, back to the point. Just take a hammer and a nail and put the nail on the end of the rod, which would be right here on the end. You would take the nail and you put it right here on the rod, and then you'd hit the nail with a hammer, and then the rod should start coming out. Slowly kind of shake it as you start hitting it out. That way it will come out much easier. This is... I don't even know, man. What am I doing? Anyways, I don't know. Okay. Whatever. I'm gonna go outside and take out this spring rod thing you were. Alright, so I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. That was a whole lot easier than I expected. A lot easier than the Nexus Pros. It's out. So now we have access to our spring. Now this is the first time I actually found out how to do this. So now I finally have access to the spring. So now I'm gonna clean this piece off. That's it, and we're gonna see what we can do to give it more power under our plunger tube. Now this spring itself, standard dart zone. spring. Nothing special. Now we can do some swaps. Now this is a much easier way to mod this. We can double spring it. Take 2 springs, push it against. Now we can put it back in the blaster right now, and it'll have more power. But double springing usually leads to a much more, I'd say, rugged prime. I've double springed before. I've double springed my Aeon. I've double springed a few other blasters in the past. I'm kind of not a fan of that no more. It just doesn't feel as smooth as if I were to put one big spring in it. But my only concern, not sure what that was, but my only concern is not having enough travel on springs like this. Well, but by travel, I mean not having enough, too many coils could lead to a non-functioning blaster. And by that, I mean when you compress it, when you compress your spring, yeah, you know, the amount of coils you have, if there is a lot of coils, let's say you got 70 coils in an Aeon Pro, and you know what? Let's just shut up and let's not even. let's just shut up. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Listen, I know what I'm trying to say. It's just that I think you guys probably would already know what I'm talking about. So I'm questioning if I should even talk about this subject. I'm not even sure. But this is a weaker but longer spring, so we're not going to use this. That's just completely useless. I'm not even sure if it'll catch. Let's compare our stock spring one more time. Now, I'll probably do this off camera. I'll see what springs really do the punch, dare I say. This one definitely doesn't. I'll tell you that for a fact. This one definitely doesn't do the punch. This is probably get us like 60, 50 FPS at most. Anyways, I'm going to do this off camera. I'm going to go find out what spring could lead to a performance gain in our Adventure Force Villainator, made by Darzone. So after a few minutes of thinking about what I want to do with this particular blaster and its spring upgrade, I just decided, why not double spring it? I mean, there isn't really an amazing spring option. I don't really have the springs that I would need if I would want to single spring it. So I guess I'll just double spring it. I'm not looking for a I'm not looking for a 50, 60 FPS performance gain. I'm more looking to get up in those 120s, a little bit kind of 130s. I'm not trying to go past 140, 150. That's kind of my limit. I'm still trying to make this at least a fast firing, short dart, slam fire, 40 round blaster, you feel me? So here's a spring. We are double springing this bad boy. So we're going to go ahead, slap this down. Punch tube. Now, this isn't a very in-depth guide. This is more of me talking about what I'm doing. And that's usually how all my videos go. So if you like this content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell if you want to see more, so then you'll be notified when I make some more of this amazing content that you love to see. Anyways, putting this bad boy back on. So, to put it back on, pretty self-explanatory. Push this in, push the spring in. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's just so self-explanatory at this point. I mean, I really don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, so line this piece up, push the spring back in, and you might have to hammer it back in, most likely. Yeah, actually, you will have to hammer it back in. But you can actually just hammer it back in with some household tools if you want. But I'm just going to take a mallet, a rubber head mallet, most likely, and start dinging this piece back in. You can see how it's sticking out. So push that piece in, and then you should have a double springed Villainator. Okay, we have it fully reassembled with our double spring. Now this will weigh a teeny tiny bit more, almost unnoticeable. When I put the worker kit, my Nexus Pro is almost unnoticeable. So weight is absolutely no concern here. Only concern is if it'll catch, and that's it. But to know, you gotta go through the pain of pulling this piece down and seeing if it'll go all the way down. Now, this is not necessary, but it's a whole lot best. Okay, yep, it'll catch. Okay, it's gonna catch, which is great. And how I know that is because I'm smart. Okay, well, like legit, I know it because I've studied this internal system for a few months actually. So we're gonna go ahead and take out some silicone lubricant I got from AK Blaster Mods. Oh my god. Okay, silicone lubricant. We're gonna apply this all over our O-ring. Now, if you have any silicone lubricant, this would be an amazing time to add some more, because on the Villainator it will dry out very quickly, or rather, just depends on how much you shoot it, But hey, anyways, so we're gonna take a good glob and we're gonna push it around our front O-ring, and there is no rear O-ring. There is no other O-ring that needs to be lubricated unless you want to lubricate maybe your trigger, and if so, your catch. Now, I'm not sure where the catch is, so that's unfortunate. I'm not sure where the catch is located on this one, but either way, it's gonna be a good day. Okay, it's all lubricated up. Nice. You know what? Worker could definitely make a metal kit for this thing. Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead, slap this O-ring down here, do a few ins and outs. That's just how it goes. Okay, boom. System is ready to be applied directly back into the Villainator. You can even see. Pretty easy prime. That's unfortunate. Oh, well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and just install this stuff off camera, and then I'll come back to it shortly after. Okay, so we have this system pretty much fully put back together. So we double springed it, we replaced the O-ring with the better O-ring, so we have more power and better airflow, which also results in more power. Now this is not a brass barrel, this is just spray painted, also spray painted a few other pieces. All the gold pieces spray painted. We got everything in its right low position, and we're just gonna reassemble. So we're gonna put the top back on, and we're gonna go outside, and we're gonna see this thing fire. So I'm probably gonna do it inside. I don't know why I'm gonna go outside. There's no reason. It's way too hot to go outside. But anyways, yeah. So I'm still aiming for about 120 FPS. Let's go. Okay, I did one dry fire. Now the prime weight required is definitely noticeably much higher. Now, the real question is, will it hit harder? Yes. I literally just shot it dry fire, sadly, but I was too excited. So now, it's not fully assembled yet. So just in case something blows, I want to go ahead and take it apart as fast as possible. So, what we're going to do